Hello everyone, welcome back to Elca today. I'm Durga, your host for today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Health of Mobility Survey (NHMS) conducted by Health Ministry's Institute for Public Health (IPH) found that the state of mental health among Malaysian adolescents has reached a worrying state. The survey on student problem found that 50% of 120,420 students faced personal problems that included exam stress. 29% of them faced family problems, 11% faced issue with friends, and 10% faced problem with their teachers. So, by looking at this figure, I can say that stress among students is considered a serious issue that need to be taken care seriously. So, to talk about this topic on stress among youth, I would like to welcome our two special guests. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our first guest. Please welcome Dr. Irene Chun, a psychologist from General Hospital. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being with us today.
Most welcome. I'm very delighted to be invited to Elca today. Thank you very much for inviting.
Just a brief introduction of Dr. Irene. She is a registered psychologist for 10 years of experience handling cases related to stress and anxiety among teenagers. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Nur Azman, the President of Mental Illness Awareness and Support Association MIASA. Dr. Aiman will also share his experience and to explain the role of MIASA.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for inviting.
You are most welcome, Dr. Aiman. Okay, I will start by asking question to Dr. Irene. Dr. Irene, can you please explain us what is stress?
Hi to all. Again for inviting me today. I'm so honored to be here. First of all, I would like to explain what does it mean by stress. Stress can be defined as any demand placed on our brain or physical body. People can report stress when multiple competing demands are placed on them. The feeling of being stressed can be triggered by an event that makes you feel frustrated or nervous.
That's a great explanation on it, Dr. Irene. So, can stress be considered as something good or bad?
In daily life, we often use the term stress to describe negative situations. This leads people to believe that all stress is bad for you, which is not true. In general, there are two categories of stress: eustress and distress. Eustress is a positive stress that motivates an individual to continue to work. This goes encourage and facilitates learning, where an ideal level of stress can boost learning ability. On the other hand, stress is a negative stress which occurs when the good stress becomes too much to handle. This negative stress prevents and suppresses learning and must be stopped and avoided. So, I would like to highlight that stress is always not a bad thing.
I see. Okay, Dr. Irene. But how can we differentiate between these two stress, stress and distress, especially in youth?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, stress is not always a bad thing, but it is somewhat hard to categorize stresses into objective lists of those that cause eustress and those that cause distress. So, different people will have different reaction to particular situation. However, by generalizing, we can compile a list of stresses that are typically as negative or positive to most people, most of the time.
Okay, doctor. So, Basically, what are the characteristics of eustress and distress?
So the characteristics of eustress are motivates, focus energy in short term, is perceived as within our coping abilities, feels exciting and improves performance. While distress characteristics are cause anxiety or concern, can be short or long term, is perceived as outside of coping abilities, feels unpleasant, decreased performance, and can lead to mental and physical problems.
Thank you, Dr. Irene. Now, let us move to our next guest, Dr. Ayman. Okay, Dr. Ayman, can you please inform us what is NIASA?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Ms. Tuga. First of all, thank you for inviting Miasa to today's show. I am very happy to be a part of the show to talk about Miasa. Okay, first of all, Miasa stands for Mental Illness Awareness and Support Associations or Persatuan Kesedaran dan Sokongan Penyakit Mental. It is a mental health advocacy and peer support NGO based in Selangor. It was founded in September 2017. The objective of MIASA is to promote awareness on the importance of mental health, to address and clarify misconceptions on the mental health issues and conditions, while simultaneously provide support for peers and caregivers through its various programs and support initiatives. Being peer-initiated, MIASA has a strong foundation and also purpose. It offers a holistic solution not only from the medical perspective but of spiritually being a key component, highlighting the critical importance of the recovery model focusing on empowerment, autonomy, and right-based approach.
Thank you, Dr. Ayman. That's great for all of us to know about MIASA. So, what are some of the initiatives which has been conducted so far?
In Miyasa, we have conducted many events and programs since it was first started in 2017. Miyasa offers various programs for patients and carriers, including support group, therapeutic assessment, circle time and support programs, and last but not least, Islamic spiritual therapy. Besides that, we have just launched a Great Minds campaign where the detail can be found in our website and social media platform.
I see. Have you ever encountered any cases involving teenager or university student for being specific?
In Miyasa, ev- every cases that we encounter are all private and confidential or PNC. But yes, I would say we have a few cases with so many stories which lead to their mental problem. I would say it is all started because they don't know how to channel their stress. Much of these patients will only keep their problem to themselves and they kept it until they couldn't stand it anymore. By the time when they realized that they needed the help, they are all in the chronic stage already.
Wow, that's very interesting. I would want to ask more from our guests, but before that, let's take a short break and we will be right back after the commercial break.
Pause the video. Pause the video. Okay, ready? We got our first.
As the first punishment, we need to wear a hijab.
Pause the video.
Okay, we have the winner.
We got our second winner here, Hazim Ashraf.
Why this old man is funny old man.
Proceed.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, pause. Okay, Ajik, you need to draw your eyebrow.
Pause.
Ajik, you laugh also, you need to draw your eyebrow. Okay, let's proceed, guys. Let's go,
Okay,
my
let's proceed, let's
girl.
proceed.
Let's go, my girls.
Lazzy.
What is it?
Stop. Stop.
Why? Why you make me?
I cannot.
I need to draw my eyebrow, you know.
So the third punishment is what?
Draw the.
Let's go, eh?
Stop. So,
Okay, okay, okay.
did you guys notice they have sound like what's that sound?
Okay.
I think she is Mako.
I have to.
Okay, for the first, we have to. Okay or not?
Okay.
Wow, so cute.
Play this game.
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay, we only got 10 more seconds, and then we are in the final. Okay, the end.
Oi.
Hi, welcome back. That was a very hilarious video. So, see, commercial break like this one is one of the way to make ourselves release from stress. Okay, to proceed this session, I would like to ask Dr. Irene. So, Dr. Irene, is a female or male student reported to be more stressful?
According to a research, there is no significant relationships on which gender is more stressful. Either male or female, students in general feel stressed every day.
I see. But it seems like gender is not the factor that leads to stress. So, is it really depending on the individual, right?
Yes, true. Basically, to know whether you are dealing with stress or not, you can always tell or monitor by taking stress tests online. In the test, you are required to answer few questions, and the test will generate the result. So, normally you can monitor your stress level from time to time.
I would like to add, basically, I do agree with Dr. Irene. Sometimes we may not know what we are dealing with stress. We will just proceed with our life routine. It may take years to discover. So the best thing to do is try to do the stress test. From there, maybe you can know whether you are living a positive or negative life.
Good to know that Dr. Ayman and Dr. Irene. As we know, it is not easy to open up to other people, right? So, maybe by knowing the result, then we can plan the next move. To proceed with this session, I open the Q&A session for everyone. If the audience would have anything to ask, please feel free to ask.
Hi, my name is Farzana. I want to ask question to Dr. Irene. What is the best thing students can do to cope with stress?
Thank you, Miss Fazana, for the question. Okay, Dr. Irene, what is your answer?
Thank you very much for the question. It's a very good question. Actually, there are many things that they can do to handle stress. They have to choose activities that make them feel good, happy, and excited. By joining this activity, it increases growth. They should always remind themselves that stress is something positive. Using the correct coping style effectively will help students in reducing their stress level.
Thank you, Dr. Irene, for the explanation. Can we get another question from the audience?
Hi, my name is Camelia. My question is to either of the guests, how much stress is too much?
Thank you very much for the question. In my opinion, it's important to know your own limit, but just how much stress is too much differs from person to person. Some people seem to be able to roll with life's punches, while others tend to crumble in the face of small obstacles or frustrations. Some people even thrive on the excitement of high stress lifestyle.
Thank you, Dr. Ayman. Let's finish this session with the last question.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Iqmal. Okay, I would like to ask Dr. Irene. Alright, so my question is how we as a student can help someone that have too much distress. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the good question from Ikma. For the solution, you should talk in private and listen carefully with sensitive with your friends. First, give your undivided attention to your friends and listen in an open mind and non-judgmental way. A few minutes of listening might help your friends make a decision about next steps.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Irene. Since we have sufficient time for the Q&A, we will end the session here. But before we end our session, any last word from our two guests here?
As for me, life as university students nowadays is not easy. You should enjoy your university life and don't stress yourself too much. Perceive everything moderately. But if you feel your life routine is not normal, try to seek for help.
As for me, in Miasa, we are always happy to help. If you have any questions related to anything, you can always check our website, Miasa Malaysia, or you can also follow us in our social media platform, Miasa Malaysia in Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also check our Miasa Malaysia YouTube channel to find out more on the activities conducted.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Irene and Dr. Ayman. With that, I would like to thank both of our guests and all the supportive audience for Elca today. Really appreciate your commitment and support. Stress is okay if we know what is the best way to cope with it. But if you find it difficult, please handle, please seek for help from the expert. My reminder on COVID is practice 3W, that is wash, wear and warn, and avoid 3C, crowded place, confined place and close conversation. With that, I shall end today's session. See you guys next time. I'm Durga signing off.